If you're new to our channel, my partner Adam and I and our dog Twyla have been travelling around Australia for the last 3 years. We mostly travel in our converted Ford Transit camper van and occasionally take our Suzuki Jimny out tent camping, and we don't even mind doing a few Airbnbs in between, large and small. So for everything camp cooking, paid and free camping locations, camping tips and tricks, and the good old country bakery, you've come to the right place. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe and come travel Australia one town at a time. Now you know who we are, let's get back to the episode. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm King Dino, and on this episode, I'm going to be showing you a whole heap of tips and tricks to keep you cool this summer whilst you're camping. Now you can use these tips for any kind of camping, from tent camping, caravanning, even staying in a swag. You can apply these to your next camping trip, and I've even got some tips for our furry friends. So what are we waiting for? Let's dive right in. First of all, let's talk Eskies. Now, I've got 2 Eskies here. If Adam and I are going away more than a few days, I like to take 2 Eskies with us. One for drinks, because what happens is when you put your ice in, you're constantly opening your Esky up, and what the main aim is to try to keep your lid closed at all times to keep the coolness in there. So you're better off having one that you open all the time to get your drinks out, and then your food one can stay closed. Drinks, they don't go off in an Esky if it does get warmer in there, where food can go off and can make you sick. So yeah, so it's good to have 2 Eskies. Tip number 2 is definitely get your Esky cool before you use it. So the night before you go away, sacrifice some ice. So grab yourself a couple of bottles or anything you've got in your house, fill it up, freeze it. Then overnight before you go away, pop your ice into your Esky. Now this is the sacrifice ice. So this is the ice you're not taking away with you. You're just going to put it in your Esky to cool it down. What we want to do through this whole talking about Eskies is we want to make that ice not have to work. If it works, it melts, right? So cool your Esky down, and it's the same as the products you're putting in it. So don't go running to the shops and buying your product the night of and then throwing them in your Esky with the ice, because the products are going to be warm, the Esky's going to be warm, and that ice is going to melt pretty quick. So get everything really cool and then get it into Esky. Tip number 3 is get your food and drinks to work for you as well. So if you're going away for a good few days, you might want to take some frozen pre-done meals, and if you're not going to be using them straight away, you can freeze those products. I suggest getting sealy bags. You can put them into these. All the food you want to store, even if you want to double bag them, you can. They've got the seals on them, and you can lay them flat, so you can squash your food down. If it's, say, like a bolognese sauce, you can put it in this, squash it down, and it'll be nice and flat, so you can stack it in between your layers in your Esky, and it stays frozen, and it eventually will thaw out, but it'll help that ice stay cold as well, and again, you're letting it work for you. And also you can get your beverages to work for you as well. So say maybe you're taking orange juice away, you could freeze that orange juice and pop it in there, and eventually it will melt, but that'll help that ice stay colder for longer. So yeah, so you can get your drinks really cold, or if not, freeze them. Try not to freeze beer, not a good thing. But you can get all those drinks cold, so it helps everything in there stay colder longer. My final tip is the water. The water that happens when your ice melts. The big question is, do you get rid of the water, or do you keep the water in? Now, this is very controversial. A lot of people say to drain the water. I'm telling you, don't drain the water unless it's affecting your actual products that are in your Esky. Keep the water in, because as soon as you remove it, that means more air gets into your Esky. That air is warm, and it's going to make your ice have to work. And then we're going back to that whole making the ice work. We want to keep it so it doesn't have to do the work, so then it stays frozen. Water keeps that cold temperature longer, for longer, and can retain the cold. So keep your water in as long as it's not affecting your products. That's why you should seal your products well, so the water doesn't get into your products. So keep your Esky in, keep your water in, and you're definitely going to have a nice cold food and beverages. Next, I want to do a little review on this guy. We picked up this fan probably 12 months ago. It has been fantastic. Now, with it, what I like about it is it actually comes with a cord, so you can plug it into your cigarette lighter and charge it up. We use this mainly for our tent camping. It's big enough, it keeps Twyla cool. Now, we do have our smaller fans as well that charge up by USB, but I just find this one is big enough for the three of us when we're in our tent. You can get different sizes. We've gone for this size. The next size up is quite good as well if you've got a whole family in your tent. It has two different speeds, which is awesome. So you've got high and low, plus it has a light on it as well. And you do have the two options of charging using the battery that is in it. So it comes with a battery inside, a lithium battery, and then you can turn it to the battery and turn your fan on. And then also you've got the option of plugging into a wall power. So if you want to use it at home, or you might have a powered site, you can plug it into power. It does have a little stand that can adjust, so you can move that up and down, and then in the back you can see where you plug your different cords into it. So yeah, all up, it has been a really great unit. It's very durable. It's, you could drop this and it wouldn't break. So I really do like it. There's a brand again, and here it is. It's got charge from between 8 and 12 hours. I'm thinking 12 hours if you had it on low setting, and most likely it would be the 8 hours if you had it on the high. But we've had it charged up and it has lasted the whole night. And then again, some people do have the battery units where you could plug it in and have it plugged in all night anyway. Now let's talk pooch. Now, of course, we have Twyla, who travels with us all the time, and we love her and we like to make sure she's comfortable. So in the summer, we only just recently, well, probably a year ago now, we brought this cooling mat from Bunnings, and it is fantastic. You put it under her wherever she's laying, and it keeps her cool. She absolutely loves it. We brought her one for home as well, and yeah, it's just really good for those hot days, just to lower her temperature and keep her cool. And just recently I did a Bunnings episode where I went there to look for products for this summer, which you can check out. I'll pop it on the end of this episode, our little, well, my little Bunnings trip. And they recently just released the similar thing to this, but in a vest. It was fantastic. They come in all different sizes. So yeah, definitely check that out. We haven't actually got one for her yet because I want to take it into Bunnings, and you can take your dog into Bunnings, which is fantastic. So I wanted to take her in, try it on, and make sure it fits her. But I thought that was another way we can keep her cool, more so when we're out walking the streets, when we're checking out different shops and things. And also just a few more little tips you can pick up for your dog to keep them cool. Make sure you're always carrying water for your pooch and a water bowl. They will want to drink much more water than they normally do when it is hot outside. You'll be quite surprised the amount of water Twyla will drink. We constantly offer one every time we stop. We're constantly getting the water out and giving her fresh water. We've got a little pop out water bowl for her. She loves it. She drinks from it. And also checking the temperature of the ground. Normally Adam and I will get out early in the morning and do our street walks before the concrete and the asphalt gets too hot. Also, if we're in a town, what we'll do, we'll go on the sunny side in the morning, so it's not as hot, and then in the afternoon we walk down the street on the shady side. So shade can be a help. Obviously the ground doesn't heat up as much, and you really got to take care of their little paws. They can't actually tell you that they're hurting when they're actually burning. So yeah, just be aware of that when you take your dog out. So lots of water, and keep their feet from getting burnt from the ground. Well, with the next tip, Mother Nature is going to help you out with it. It's simply the breeze. Now, sometimes if you're free camping, you can't plug in to use your aircon, but this is where if you've got good flywire screens on your windows, you can take full advantage of having them all up, open, sorry, all your windows, and let the breeze go through. You can get a cross breeze by opening windows on either side of your van, and that's normally good because it kind of pushes the hot air out. Same with your vent on your roof. You can open that up, your hatch, I mean. Now with that, if you're leaving your van in a street for the day and you're going out and adventuring, leave your hatch open, let the air come out. Hopefully you're lucky enough, not like us, but hopefully you do have a reversible fan. You can get hatches with the fan to push out the hot air. So you could leave that on and it'll keep your van cool over the day. Also, we have big nets that we use on the back of our van when it's super hot. We put them up to keep the flies out, but to keep it nice and cool in the van. It does really help. So anything you can have open to get that hot air out of your van will definitely help. And then the same thing with your tent. If you've got a tent and it has the normally they'll have a cover over top of them, take it off during the day. All that cover is going to do is add heat inside your tent. By taking it off, and they don't take long to take off, you've got the netting, so the breeze will go through your tent. It will keep it cool all day. And even at night, if it's really that hot and you know the forecast is not going to rain, you can leave it off and just have the beautiful air coming through and keeping you cool. That's how Adam and I, in our episode when we hired the Juicy van, it was very hot up in Cairns, and everyone was saying, wasn't it too hot up in that tent roof? No, it wasn't. It was actually beautiful. We had all the flywire screens down. The breeze was going through, so we had the cross breeze, and it was so comfortable. We loved it. So anyway, there's another tip by using a bit of Mother Nature and a bit of common sense. If it is a really hot day, and even during the day, is grab yourself a simple cloth, wet it. You could even put it in a bag and put it in your fridge and get it really nice and cool, or in your Esky, and then just pop it over the back of your neck. This will keep you nice and cool. And you can even have it on, you can take your top off, you can put it on your back. But yeah, just on the back of your neck, you'll be surprised how cool it will keep you. Another idea is you can get some ice, pop it into a large cup, and pop some water in it, get a nice ice cold water, and that way you can just keep dipping the towel in and get you nice and cool. All right, for this next part of the episode, I thought I'd come to Kmart to show you a few more extra products you can grab to keep you cooler this summer. Right, I've had this product on the channel before. I haven't used it, but this is it here. And I'll just turn it around so you can see. As you can see, it has the 2 ice packs. They're only little, I'll show you in a second. They go on that tray, I think, and then you put it in the back and it makes the air cooler. So it gives you 2, so you can have one in the freezer and one in there using it at the same time. USB chargeable, and it comes with a reusable battery. So you can you don't have to go buying batteries for it every time. Yeah, so it does do 3 different speeds. So it looks pretty cool, but I'll just show you the little ice packs that it comes with. All right, so that's the little ice pack there. And then there should be another one in there. So it's got 2, plus you got the USB charging cord and the battery there. And then this looks like that. It's pretty lightweight. And they're retailing at $20, so pretty reasonable. While we're here, I may as well show you a couple more fans and things, just so if you want to come down to Kmart and grab them, you can. All right, they've got heaps of these in stock at the moment, so but they're $39. It comes with a light as well, so the light can be at 3 different brightnesses, plus 3 different speeds. Actually comes with a remote control, which is pretty cool. You can lay back in bed and turn it off when you want to. I'll just get this information here for you, just in case you want to have a read. So yeah, you get the USB charger, which is cool. So they got those. I've just found this, which looks like it's a new product. Correct me wrong if it isn't a new product, but I haven't seen it before. And I come to Kmart quite regularly, but I'll turn around and show you. It looks like it'd be pretty cool to have the back of the car. All right, so yeah, it's 10 kilos. It can hold up to 22 cans. It must be pretty decent size. It looks like it's got a rim around like a plastic, so keep the cool air inside. And there's just some more stats on it there. If you want to pause and have a read, it's pretty loud in here at the moment, so hopefully you can hear me. And that is actually going for $79 at the moment. So there you go. So get in quick if you want one of them, because they've only got a couple here. And down at your local Kmart, I don't know how many they'll have left. So when you're out camping, you should always drink plenty of water. And they do have some really cool Esky water bottles. I'm just calling them that. I don't know what they're called. But you got these ones down here, $30. These smaller ones are $12. You probably wouldn't fit as much, or well, nowhere near as much in them. And then they've also got this size here. So they've got a few different sizes. If you wanted to, for the kids, you could pop a bit of cordial in them and keep them hydrated. And hats, another way to keep cool, getting a wide brim hat. Now, you know I always wear a cap. And Adam loves his hats also. But these are a better hat, and even with 4 kids especially, you should try to get something with a little flap at the back to cover their necks. But yeah, these will definitely keep you cooler in summer. And this is what I've been looking for, but I didn't know if I'd have them. They do. They're only $5. But yeah, it's just a fan with a spray bottle. So a bit of fun, and keeps you cool. Doesn't need a battery, but that should keep you cool. All right, my next tip I want to talk about is shade. Now, I'm in the shade right now, and it is very cool, and it is a warm day. So, yes, remember to look for shade, especially for your Esky. Make sure you keep it in the shade. Don't be putting it out in the full weather, because, like I said earlier in the episode, you're just going to have to make that ice work harder. The same as your tent, put it under a tree, but just remember, gum trees do have falling limbs, so you got to really think about what type of tree you are camping under if you are wanting shade. And the same as your van, sometimes it's worth getting into a shady spot. And then you got things like your awning that you can pull out and give yourself shade as well, and made shade. So shade is definitely something that's going to keep you cooler. And also, like I was saying earlier as well, when you're walking your dog, try to, especially if it's during the day when it's hot, just try to keep to the side of the road where the shade is on, so they're not burning their feet.
Do you know that Kingdom Adventures writes for GoRV magazine, Australia's recreational vehicle magazine? Scan the QR code now to check out our monthly articles. Happy reading, guys.
All right, I've got one last thing, now that I'm back at home, that I want to show you, a little bit of a treat to finish off this episode. I thought I would do a summer salad because, we like to have food in our episodes. And I'm going to be making a beetroot walnut feta salad. It sounds delicious. And I wonder what Adam will think of it, but let him have a try. But let me just show you what's actually in it. So I've already told you some of the ingredients already just by the name of the actual salad. But yeah, so I'm using baby beetroots in this. I've got myself some oil, salt, pepper, Dijon mustard, walnuts, lemon, a mixed bag of mixed salad, some mint, feta, red onion, and some pumpkin seeds. So I'll make this nice and quick. I'm just going to quickly cut all this up and then put it together and show you how to do it. So now I'm going to make the dressing. I'm just going to get my Dijon mustard and get a nice big lump of mustard like that, teaspoon, and then a teaspoon of oil. So there we go, perfect. And then I've got about a bit over a teaspoon of lemon. If you want it really lemony, you can put more, but that should be plenty. And then I want to crack some pepper. And again, I like pepper, so I'm going to go a little bit crazy. A little tiny bit of salt, not too much, because the feta is going to be really salty. And then just give that a mix around. And that there has become our dressing. Once you mix it around, give it a taste. Ooh, look at that, it's going to drip. And just, yeah, that's got a good balance. Now, if you're someone who likes more lemon or more the mustard, or if you want to go in between, just, yeah, taste it until you think you got the right taste that you like. But to me, that is perfect. I like pretty much made it all even, and it seems to work out great. All right, now on to mixing the salad. Okay, so it's only for Adam and I. I've done 2 big handfuls of the green. Then I've got so I've just cut them up in bits. So you can have as thick as you want or small. You can buy these cubed also. I've just sliced these up like this, the onion. I've only used a quarter. So if you're using a large, just use a quarter. If you're using a small red onion, just use half. Then I've got pretty much all these. Just put in what you want. If you don't like them, you don't even have to have them in there, but it is part of the recipe. Yeah, so I've got all my things just all cut up, crunched up, cut up. I've cut these down so they're not, probably down to half, sometimes into 4, depending on how big the walnuts were. But yeah, so all we have to do now is literally throw it all in. So we'll start off with this onion. I'll pop that in. Now, before you put your feta in, we want to put the dressing in. So we just want to get that in and over it. Spread it out as good as you can. And then we'll go in with the tongs and mix it through. So there it is. So we'll give that a nice mix through and try to mix it all nicely up. Get that dressing all over the salad. Okay, now that's mixed through. Now we can add our feta. Now I'm just going to fry up some chicken schnitzels that we've made. I'll show you how to make these on another episode. Everyone's got their different things they put into their breadcrumbs, but this is more about the salad. All right, this is looking fantastic. Twyla, I think she wants a bit. Hey, Twyla. Looks good, yeah? Oh, no, she's tired. All right, I better dish this up for Adam and see what he thinks. Well, I've got my famous taste tester here.
Maybe salad might become famous.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if you like it first.
It's very summery. Lemon?
Yes, lemon. Yes.
I think that's better, isn't it?
Yep. You taste anything else? No. Mustard?
Oh, yeah. Now you mention it.
And of course, someone wants to join in the fun. All right. Is it getting a thumbs up or what? No. Half a thumb. Oh, well, there you go. Anyway, guys, there's the recipe. Hope if you try it, I hope you like it.
It's nice.
You like it? Oh, good. Well, that was delicious, and the sun is going down here. It's been a beautiful day. And guys, remember always when you're out in the sun to slip, slop, and slap and stay under that shade. I hope this episode will help you, giving you some tips or something you might want to buy, or you might want to try the salad. I hope you have enjoyed it. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you go down the bottom, like and subscribe. And until this Sunday at 5 p.m, we'll see you then for a new episode. See you guys.